Never fixed it up until the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, after he died. This is after Michael died.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is Walter Nelson Sr. and
Nelson.
the Nelson, Ray Nelson.
Definitely sound familiar.
And one of the Nelsons
Yeah.
live in California. He works with the Jackson. And you can see there's a picture of Michael and Mrs. Jackson. Then you have a picture of Mr. and Ms. Jackson with Michael.
So are you gonna say that was the original?
Yeah, this is the original house.
This is the original over here.
Yes.
That's just a picture.
They just brought this house. I think that's supposed to be turned into like a bookstore.
Historical
But
store.
let Ron could tell us.
Ron. Oh, okay.
Excuse me, Ron.
I was going to say somebody
It's only
just
open
said
at
you can't open it.
Yeah, they only have it open at a certain time of year due to politics.
Oh, wow.
When the family make the decision on what they want to do, then it happens. But they haven't made a decision yet. Yes, sir.
I got you.
I'm just letting you know you're on. I didn't want you to say.
I didn't hear you.
He didn't want you to get all crunk up. You on camera.
Oh, yeah.
But
Camera don't bother me.
tell the history, not the history, but what's happening and explain the house next door
What
too.
happened was in 2009, after Michael passed, my aunt, she came to me because I was a construction worker. And the people had walked the yard down and rode all over the house.
Okay.
They came to pay their homage for Michael's passing. I mean, thousands of people.
Yeah.
Most people didn't notice the house as much, you know, because of all the years. My uncle lived here for 40 years. So she came to me and she said we had to do something about the house down here because they didn't really do anything to it. So what I did, I drew up a blueprint for them, and this is what you guys see today.
Right. That's
I
good.
did the blueprint, upgrade the house, and we had to put the fence up. It was to keep, you know, people from just walking up
Outsiders,
there
yeah.
writing on the house. And maybe like 2 months ago, it was writing all over the fence. And they're going to write, say, I love you, da-da-dee. People come from everywhere. And I got a younger brother who decided they'll make like a small museum over here. And that's what they did. And they just finished it like, what, 2 years ago? Me and Nick been involved with this for a long time. Since day one, this was 2009.
Which one is the museum?
This is the museum.
that
It
house
has
right there.
artifacts and stuff they did in it.
Okay.
And they opened it up last year, 2016-15, for the first time, and they let people come in. But this year, they didn't open it for the birthday. They didn't do anything.
Wow.
So, because of politics and personal stuff that I have no idea what they're going to do about, because it's with them. But my Uncle Joe did come here September the 1st, stood right out here, and he couldn't get in either.
Oh,
The people who was here didn't know exactly what time he was coming because it was his 89th birthday. We were over at Tinley Park, and we didn't know what time, and they didn't know what time he was coming here, and he came, I think it was on Saturday morning, and wasn't nobody here to let him in, which he was upset too. So that's a little bit of the history, but the family still own the house, and they still concerned about the neighborhood. As this is the reason why they came and did this, because they remember where they want to remember, and everybody to remember where they came from. So they wanted to make sure they put a special mark here to remind everybody about this neighborhood and everybody in the neighborhood. And the Jackson brothers been back here too. They came back in 2012. Yeah, we've been doing all kind of stuff.
Okay. Not that they need it. Do they have somewhere we can donate?
I'll have to take this call. Excuse me.
Okay, and this monument was set up in like 2010, I think it was. I was here when they did the unveiling with the then mayor, late Rudy Clay, and Mr. Jackson, other city officials.
And I tell you, Richard, I remember when they performed, we would all, before our baseball game back here, we would all just be in the window just watching them rehearse. And it was just wonderful living, growing up in this wonderful neighborhood, not knowing that they would be as successful as they turned out to be.
Yes.
And I tell you, we are so blessed to have so many entertainers and so many people from the city of Gary to really be successful and give back to the community.
Yeah. Now explain to me this area.
Now back here, before they built the school, this was our so to speak, Jackie Robinson
Yeah.
hangout. This is where we played baseball right behind here. Before they built this football field, there was a
Midtown
Little League. In fact, Mr. Pinson,
Yeah.
who stayed about 5 or 6 houses from the Jacksons, this was they playground where they loved the kids.
Him and Mr. Hollins.
Yep. And also Mr. White.
Mr. White,
was
yeah.
the manager of the Little Giants.
Little Giants.
The Little Giants. Yep, Mr. White. And I remember Brenda White. She was very good.
Yeah.
She's very close to LaToya Jackson. They
Oh,
were like
yeah.
best friends.
They were in the same class for
Yeah.
a minute or two.
Yeah, they were like best friends.
Now, LaToya was in my kindergarten class
Okay.
at Garnett. Then, in second grade, she was in Miss Fitzgerald's class, and Miss Fitzgerald failed the whole class. I don't know how she did it,
Yeah.
but everybody in that class, Rita Jones was in that
Yeah,
class.
I remember Rita Jones.
Brenda White.
Yeah.
There was a whole
And I
class.
believe
And so LaToya, was held back, and she would have been like the class of 75 instead of 74.
Okay.
Now explain that building down there.
Well, this is the famous Roosevelt High School. This school was built because blacks were unable to go to some of the other big prominent schools in Gary, mainly because of racial discrimination. And so to solve that remedy, even at Frable High School, Frank Sinatra had to come to Gary because they had this racial discrimination, indifference. And so to settle all of that, the Gary Community School System built a black school, which is called Theodore Roosevelt High School.
And do you know it's still the only all-black high school in the state?
Really? Is that right? Yeah.
In the state of
Yeah.
California.
And so
Indiana.
before you had all of the football fields and all of this, you had a cage that was right over in this area, cage. And of course you had Midtown Little League and you had Midtown Senior League. And so
Playground over there?
yeah. And so back in those days, because of Jackie Robinson being infiltrated into the National Baseball Association, a lot of black kids really took on playing baseball. And I tell you, some of the best baseball players come out of Midtown Little League. I'm telling you.
Name one.
Oh, what about Walter Lane, Jimmy
Joe
Gilmore, Moose Gates,
Moose Gates.
Moose Gates, who played for the White Sox.
And
Chicago.
Wallace Johnson.
Wallace
who's still a
Johnson, who
coach.
played for the Washington Drugs with me, ended up going to the high school, college I went to, Indiana State. And he had the highest batting average in the country.
Wow.
And he went on to play for the Montreal Expos.
Then you have McClendon.
Lloyd McClendon. He hit 5 home runs, a record that's still set to this day. 5 home runs. But he didn't play at Midtown, but we give him his props
Yeah,
because
okay.
of Gary Indiana. He played for the other league called Anderson.
Anderson, yeah. There you go, Miss Dottie. All the way from Atlanta, Georgia.
The ATL.
ATL.
Yeah.
Originally from what?
The G. G.I.
Looking down 23rd Avenue. This is the backyard of the
Take that
Jacksons.
one back. 219.
Ain't it
is where
pretty?
you from?
Yeah.
219 is who I am.
But don't you still get her back to school first?
Look at
See, you be giving her back to school stuff. One time.
Sometimes they did, but this is the first year they didn't do it.
Oh, okay. Cause I remember her did at the same time they had the neighborhood block party.
Oh, they did?
22nd and Madison.
Wow.
She had a back to
That's
school.
why we didn't have one this year because we didn't want it to be so close
Oh, okay,
to the
yeah.
anniversary. Yeah. But we had 3.
Somebody barbecue, this smell good too.
That guy right there, right through there.
Oh.
I guess we're going to end our walk here. Where's Miss Dottie? I need Miss Dottie to end us out.
Daddy,
Yeah, but she's in the car.
daddy, daddy. Daddy. We need you.
Sixth grade.
We want you to hear me.
Right behind his house down there. So
Pretty good. Ain't that pretty good?
That is.
I ain't never seen that pretty good, girl.
You know what? It's one more thing that I need to say. I mean, you see a lot of the artifacts here of Michael, but Michael wasn't the real true dancer of the family. I'm gonna tell you who the real dancer was and who Michael got it from. He got it from Marlon Jackson.
Yeah.
I need you all to know that.
Marlon.
Because you all think that Michael Jackson was the dancer that he was. He would not have been if it wasn't for Marlon Jackson. He was the real dancer.
All right.
Got that from me.
Marlon was.
Marlon was the real, he was the dancer. Trust me.
Okay.
That's the first name. How long was Jackson basically in this house?
I seen him.
I don't know exactly when they came, but they came like in the 60s, 50s, and they left in 69.
One Michael 5, 2 or 5 years old.
You're right.
2 or 5
You're right,
years old.
69.
Where's everyone else's shirts?
Well, he didn't graduate with us.
I grew up in this area, but
He didn't graduate, is that what you said?
no, I graduated. I didn't graduate in this area at this school. Born and raised here all my life.
Here, and this is the one from California. They graduated together.
Got it.
And then her sister, we graduated together. But they just don't have their t-shirts on.
Yeah. Now, what's your
I
name?
forgot my t-shirt.
And where are you from? What's your
Detroit.
Detroit. And why are you here?
I'm way home from Chicago.
And decided to stop by.
I stop by here before I go there a lot on business. So I took my wife here. I said, we gotta go see this place.
Glad you came.
And you know, people from all over the world come by every day. You have family reunions, renting buses just to come to see this spot.
Some people
every
just sit in the middle of the street, too.
And some people sit in the middle of the street.
She just wants to make sure.